So I came out front of the Weatherford to catch up on a little bit of the news that's been happening this past week, and I noticed this thing, train noise plan, what's it called, stays. So I found Al White driving by and thought I'd get a couple of minutes with him. Al, what does this mean for us here in Flagstaff?
This means that fairly soon we will have quiet in all of Flagstaff from the train horns that you hear today.
Well, hold on a second. I've been living here about 5 years, more or less, constant, nonstop, and the trains have been just as nonstop as my living here. Al, you're telling me that the trains are going to stop whistling?
The train horns will be eliminated at 3 crossings. They will be reduced vastly by wayside horns at 2 crossings at Steves and Fanning. What it really means is that noise that you can hear from almost anywhere in Flag
right.
and outlying communities,
and in Texas as well,
will be gone. It will be only used in the event of an emergency,
right.
when an engineer specifically sees something that he needs to alert to. So they'll be triggered automatically where they do make noise, and where they come through, the only noise you'll hear is the rumble of the train on the tracks, and you got to be pretty close to that for it to really bother you. A lot less sleepless nights.
A lot of people see the train that come through town just for a minute, find those train horns to be awfully romantic.
Yeah, they find them romantic quite often in the distance, from a distance, in the wee hours of the night, maybe. When you have 80 to 100 trains a day coming by, and you hear them from right next to them, with the especially with the 2 crossings that are almost on top of each other, it's quite annoying. And frankly, most of the comments that we hear on the trains are get rid of the noise, get rid of the noise, get rid of the noise. The noise keeps us awake. The noise causes refunds in the hotel industry for people who came for a quiet night's sleep and
vacation,
and get up in the morning and say, I didn't sleep much last night, and that should all be a thing of the past come April.
Al, I got a question for you. How are you going to make the horns silent somehow, or are they going to build barricades so people can't walk in front of the trains, or how is this going to work exactly?
Yeah, there's at a couple of locations, the noise, the warning horn will be a localized horn that will be very audible within 100 feet of the tracks or so, so that people are aware. You can hear them in your car as you approach the sign. Mm-hmm. The crossbars that go down will still go down. Mm-hmm. That system's in place. The localized bells that you hear, the ding, 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 that will still be in place. Mm-hmm. And in the situation downtown, there are going to be gates that are set up for pedestrians to know that you don't walk across at this point in time. There is a train coming. So the warning systems are there. These systems are proven throughout the United States in other areas, and essentially will work just as well.
Okay. Let me get this straight for myself. Here in the village of Flagstaff, we won't hear the train horns anymore unless it's an actual emergency.
Right. That's exactly right.
Now, the next thing you're going to tell me is there's going to be a chicken in every pot, and everyone's going to win the lottery.
Yeah, well, if you keep playing long enough, I understand you play for a million years, you have a shot.
Are those the odds, really?
Yeah. No, this is legitimate, and this is true, and this can happen, and it has happened in other communities. What remains to be seen, in all honesty, once the system is in place, is just to what effect the wayside horns operate on the east side at a reduced level. The fact that they're going to be so much more quiet, I believe, and this is just my opinion, that soon the issue will disappear. And if it's not the case, then we can
fix it.
Well, yeah, we can always revisit it. But I think we cross that railroad crossing when we come to it.
Well, thanks, Al. Thanks for the update. Think about it, folks. Silence. Thanks.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah.
There are a few places in Flagstaff you're going to hear the train horn nearly as loud as you will hear right here at the Chamber of Commerce. We have Joe Galli of the Chamber of Commerce. Joe, what do you think about this new decision on the council's part?
Well, we're happy that they're moving forward. They've made a final decision. We're, as you know, at the crux of the Beaver Street, Route 66 crossing, and they come off the hill, and if you're not paying attention, they'll knock you right out of your shoes right in our own parking lot. Sometimes I get caught between my car and the back door, and I'm not sure which I have a better chance of reaching first to try and muffle the noise. But it's been an interesting public debate. There's been a lot of input from the folks on the east side that are particularly concerned about the train horns at those two crossings, Fanning and Steves. In the early morning hours. And as an East Side resident, I can sympathize with that, especially during the summer months when you're sleeping with your windows open and those cowboys in those trains will knock you right out of your socks or knock you out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They approach it like it's a civic duty or something, yeah?
And I think they lean on it extra hard. I'm not sure how many cars are really coming across Fanning or Steves at 3 a.m., but I can tell you when the train is going to be there. Sometimes you can actually hear the engine or the engines before you can hear the train horn. What's of concern to us here at the Chamber is that we have a business-friendly community. We always try to put that first as our mantra. And we think there are probably some better long-term solutions, but in the immediate, understanding that right now, after Labor Day, before Christmas, we'll face over 120 trains a day here. It's the height of the season, and with gas prices increasing, we're sort of up against a lot of frequent rail traffic, and so we're excited to see the horn quiet to some degree or go away altogether.
Well, Joe Galli from the Chamber of Commerce, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks.